For those of you listening in, I'm literally waiting for Fumbi to finish sending the
Nah,
text
don't do that.
message.
Don't do that. Don't put me on front street like that.
What do you mean don't put you on front street like that? I asked you, you ready to go? You said yes.
Oh, I'll
I
put you
start
back.
recording and then you're like, nah. Thank you for checking out the Boys Quarter podcast, where we are in the compound, but we don't belong in the main house. We're available, so feel free to go and check us out on all the audio platforms. But since you are here, please do click the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's get into this content. What's this, bro? Let's go.
I'm ready. I'm here.
This brother here.
Oh my god. This winter is cold, man. I don't think
Straight in with the banter. I love it.
I don't think we give winter enough credit for how it represents for its season. You know what I mean?
Winter comes out.
Yeah, ain't no sunny, ain't no deception. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna give us 3 days of sunshine, so we wearing shorts. I'm coming with even when the sun's out, I'm gonna be cold.
Yeah, I think winter's probably the most consistent season. Like when winter comes, we know what the deal is. Every other month it could be like whatever. We really don't actually know. But winter's like I'm about what I'm about, and I said
Yep.
what I meant.
Yep. All season too. My whole period, I'm gonna use every minute of it, and I'm gonna chip in during summer.
I'm going in. I'm going in on everybody's piece, plus mine. And you know what the mad thing is about winter? Winter will show you the sun, but not let you feel it.
Oh, today was a nice day. Sun was out, clear blue skies. But
Bro,
I wore 7 coats.
bro, that's the coldest game ever. Is to just let you see the sun. You wake up, you're like, okay, it looks nice outside. Then you feel that bitter cold slap you in the face, like
You
you
know what?
thought. Oh, you thought.
Something about winter though, when even when the sun's out, it's clear blue. You look out the window, you're like, nah, I don't trust that.
Nah, bro. Nah, I've been burnt too many times, man.
Yeah,
I've been
I
burnt
mean,
too many
where
times.
you know when it's like it's not that cold. No, that this has happened during summer, where it doesn't look that cold and the sun's out, and it's a bit breezy, but nothing major. But by the time you start coming home, you wore that t-shirt and it's freezing.
Bruh. Bruh. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's a constant battle in my mind between the convenience of having a coat with me and the inconvenience of having to hold it if it's too warm. And every day I'm flipping the coin like, yo, which one is going to upset me more? Having to hold this coat all day or not having it and I actually need it?
Well, I wore a suit a lot of the time this weekend, and I still wore a coat over the suit. I said, "Fuck that," and it wasn't even it wasn't even no slick. You know those long trips with the. It wasn't that. It was one of the ones that keep you warm.
Nah, you had the puffer jacket on the suit.
Hell yeah.
And
Like the Nigerians.
that's the thing about winter. Winter be killing outfits, man. You put the whole outfit together, then go put the same puffer jacket
Orange
on
coat,
top.
the orange puffer coat. Got nothing to do with your outfit, but you're like, I'm thinking of
Nah,
safety first.
bro, you should have seen. I was at the Wizkid concert yesterday, and
Right.
sisters always want to come out with the short shorts and
Woo!
their heels and whatnot.
Sisters.
I don't know, understand how it helps them enjoy the concert, but it's a show out thing. When everybody's out, everyone wants to show out. And everybody had already started with the banter online, like, yo, keep warm, guys. I know it's gonna be about your outfit, but obviously pack a jacket and stuff. Girls are still out here trying not to get their outfit ruined, freezing their nipples off, bro. It
I
was
know, man.
freezing
Man.
yesterday, and
It's
yet
just
the
true.
desire to have that outfit, man, is so
How was the
strong.
concert, man? I heard Breezy came out.
Yeah. Chris Brown came out. Yeah, some good guests. Skepta came out.
Nice.
LMA came out.
Imagine no one in my group mentions Skepta. Everyone mentions Chris Brown.
Wild. I guess everybody expects Skepta to come out.
The about in it.
Yeah.
I was just. My house is around the corner.
But the thing about Chris Brown as well, I think is that he's been banned from performing in the UK for a long time,
Yes.
and so I think that's why it's such a big deal because
Yeah.
obviously it's first time in a long time.
I saw
Um,
it. Like Wizkid said it again tonight, man. That's what's up. How long is it for?
3 nights, man.
They're gonna start looking at African artists to say, you know what? Ultra's gonna have to start saying we're gonna have to give you a week or something.
Bro, I mean, to be
What's the
it's not,
maximum you can play O2 in terms of nights as an artist or comedian or whatever?
Michael Jackson booked 50.
I said an artist, not God.
I can't remember. But Prince did a whole run as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Prince did a run at the O2 and then did an after party run at the Indigo, which also sold out.
mad. I love it. I love it. I
How you
love it.
sell out? How you sell out the workout party?
Bro, some people be aiming at one day I'm a sell out Indigo too for
What is
one
that?
night.
Do you think that that is normal for a human being to have that much expectation on it?
I think it's definitely not normal. I think it's extraordinary, but I think it's
Do we sensationalize as human beings? Do we overplay it?
yeah, of course we do. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And I think for
Wait,
you
wait,
for you to get to that
back
level,
up,
you
back up.
have to.
Wait, back up. You think we overplay Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I do. I do. Here's why. I don't think I do. I think I've got a reasonable like. I think he's one of the greatest entertainers.
At my level,
Yeah, like I'm right.
how I feel.
I'm right. Like basically, like I obviously I love Michael Jackson's music. I have a huge amount of respect and admiration for what he was able to achieve. But I think when you get to the point where you passing out at the concert, I think you done hit too far, man. You done gone too far.
You know what? I've never felt that overwhelmed where I want to cry or pass out because I've, the
And
music.
people were passing out at Wizkid, you know.
No way.
Yeah. And the mad thing was, you could see that like Wizkid was trying to make sure they didn't Travis Scott him because Wizkid was like,
the money. I ain't got 750 mil laying around.
Wizkid was like, hey, I think she needs some water. Can somebody get her some water, please?
Get her a fountain.
But the mad thing was, after he said that, the next lighting cue was for all the lights in the place to go out. So after he said, can we get us some water, please? It went dark. And I was looking from up there like, how are they going to find the girl now? Everybody around her put out all their phones to shine on her like, nah, this is where it is when she needs water.
No, they planned that shit.
What do you mean?
That phone effect is... Everybody's milking that phone effect now.
What do you mean?
You know when you put the lights out, everyone puts their phones up so you can see the phones lighting up the arena.
Yeah.
Or when the show's going on, everyone's got their phones out.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I was watching BMX at Woodstock.
Okay.
This is white people, okay?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if I was Travis Scott, I'm playing that video in court. Y'all ain't gonna just act like I invented. Hey, what white people were doing, I was concerned from a
health and safety point.
Because it was no health and safety. No, that we passed that. I was thinking more emergency room.
Yeah.
Because they were doing the madness. Let me give you the picture. What song do you think DMX was singing?
Oh, Rough Riders Anthem.
No. You know when that comes on in the black club, it's a mess.
Yeah.
You might get shot if a nigga what pow, and you can't be mad because you understand.
You understand it. Like there was no other way to express yourself.
Fair play. You have to let one off. Brother. Yeah, Rough Riders. You have to let one off. White people took it to the other level. They from the mosh pit. Niggas was fighting in the mosh pit. I'm like, can you even hear the song at this point? You done lost your way in the song. Oh, we're on second verse already. And they were crowd surfing. And by the way, Ola, yeah, the crowd was ridiculous.
I know.
It was mad.
It looked like he was performing in front of the whole world, bro. Like that thing just.
It looked like he was performing to free himself. There was so many. It was like an auction. It's like maybe there was a slave auction, and DMX was the entertainment for the evening. I didn't see one nigga inside. Actually, there was one black guy there, but I didn't see. It was just mad. And what someone said in the comments, the reason I was telling the story was someone in the comments was not one phone inside. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You're right, and do you know what it is? There was definitely I started filming during the show, and then there was a moment where I put up a last post and I said, phone going away next time, just come through, because I knew that it was getting a point where I was more concerned about trying to capture it a certain way for the story that I wasn't even really engaging in the event. But one thing that's interesting though, and this is I heard that it might actually be Coldplay's technology, but they gave everybody these free wristbands that have a light on them and they're radio controlled. So everybody wears a light around their wrist and they can control the colors and turn it on, turn it off at different times. and so they would use that as part of the lighting of the show, so they can make everybody's turn red, and you see red dots all around the stadium. Green, they can make some people's green, some people's red, whatever it is. I was like, wow, like one is interesting that we're part of the show now, like our wrists are part of the lighting. But yeah, it's like the way concerts are done now are completely different from
and you didn't
when you're doing.
You didn't question this electronic wristband on your wrist, did you?
I definitely questioned it, but then I was like, yo, I already took the vaccine. What else are you gonna do?
But vaccine COVID, oh, we need to ask the government what's going on. Your wristband, you didn't even ask a question. They don't downloaded your DNA. they've got your blood type on file.
Yeah, for real.
And no one said anything. Yeah, put it on me. It's Wheezy, baby.
Of course.
If they say, look, we're going to put 666 on your foreheads, so when you go inside, it will have a 666. We'll be like, yeah, fuck it, man. I'm waved anyway. Bruh.
Oh, my goodness. The way people are acting to see Wizkid, it goes to show you that it's not even about Wizkid anymore. It's about, and I think we said this on the podcast before, that after a while, when you start charging, all these ridiculous amounts for your tickets, people are buying so that they can have a piece of what other people want. It's not really even about the show anymore. So, bro, these Negroes were rushing the venue, bro.
For what?
At the O2, people were pushing through. They had another, like they did at the stadium during the England game. That's the same way brothers came through yesterday. I don't know if it's that they didn't have their COVID passes or they didn't have tickets.
That's not a good look.
But it's not. It's a terrible look. But a bunch of brothers pushed through. I saw the videos. I was actually already sitting inside, just looking at social media, and I saw videos of people outside pushing through. And so you could tell, first of all, that by the time Davido's shows come in March, they're gonna have armed security for us, bro. They're gonna have the K-9 team.
Whoop whoop. Well, you know what? I don't mind. It's funny because my experience with the O2, especially with black events, they don't open up enough kiosks, and the security is overly aggressive, and they cancel. They don't give us. They don't. When black people are given information, it's not given clearly, which agitates us. So when we're asking questions, it's from a place of frustration. You know what I mean? And people just try and throw you off, which creates that energy that people say. Then the people capture the videos of us losing our shit. And it was like, black people, we need to change, man. It's like, but you don't understand. You've been antagonized to that point.
Yeah. So
on that point, I understand that. But at the same time, brothers, come on, man. Like, yeah, if it's Stratford Rex, by all means, rush the venue. Do you see what I'm saying?
What you mean? You can't say that. You can't say that, bruh. What's going on?
It's, Costa, rush the venue, by all means. But when we're in the O2, let's just, I don't even like the bougie fit. But this is good for Wizkid. This is good for us. That artists can come to the O2. Listen, it's not even good in the sense where, thank you, white people. It's good in the sense where we get to enjoy our culture for a night in a large capacity where it belongs. Yeah. Let's not ruin that experience by being ignorant.
And do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Before that, I even saw that happened. I actually commented to one of my friends that I went with that it seems like really good vibes here tonight. Like there was a couple times people need to get past me. It was like, excuse me, my brother, or like girls are like, sorry, darling, and they're trying to get past. Everybody's on a good.
It's not Skepta,
but that's the joke that I made. I was like, yo, bring the same people but different artists. It's a different vibe, man.
It's a different. Here's the thing. Look at the England game. Whether you like it or not, who are the majority of the people who watch football in this country? The working class. You don't think you're gonna get motherfuckers trying to fart on the security guard? That's just how we are.
But why is that? Why is that a working class thing? Because you see middle class guys when they get drunk.
Because you don't have advantages. That's just what it is. You're not. You don't get the middle class people. Of course, you're not going to storm me. You can afford to pay for the ticket. You've been cultured to understand that anything you need, that you can afford, and you're able to just approach. Whereas when you come up from nothing, a different hunger is created, and you're going to get it any way you can. So where you can risk something to jump a fence, you're going to do it just to be part of the experience. And funny enough, they become folktales. Like, blood. Yeah. Remember time we drove up to Figgy and jumped the fence for Figgy? Blood. Do you see what I'm saying? I remember one time on Choice Weekender, we used to have Choice Weekender. Let me tell you something, yeah. Black people can create vibes on anywhere, innit?
On a whim.
And you know, on the way there, like, man, them people pay for the tickets in the rooms, but man, them know how to drive up there and jump the fence. So, but my boys went up there, jumped the fence. This is me. Where you gonna stay? This is you have to make sure you secure a girl for the night, otherwise it's peak. So that creates a different kind of pressure. So you're macking different in the club. I mean, your game has to be on point. And you know, you jump the fence, you get the fake wristband, girls hook you up, and you just have a great time, and you didn't pay. So I understand the reasoning behind people trying to rush the gate. However, it's just not good, is it? But you can't iron that out of society. Not when people have nothing.
It does. It makes me think of that Tupac,
Right.
a bit where he was talking about, we are hungry, and then by the end of it, it's like I'm picking the luck, and I'm coming through blasting.
By the way, why is he coming in blasting? He could easily pick the luck and say, "Yo, man, I've been saying I'm hungry."
It's the anger. I get that part. I get that
part. At this point, they're never gonna listen to that. You're still talking, but if you come in blasting, here's the orders.
Yeah, and I get that part, but I also do think it's very weird how and when we deploy these things. Do you see what I'm saying? It's very contextual. Pardon? We do it for like Wizkid concert. We do it for like what's it called? O2 Wireless. These are the kind of events that you'll see us like acting up because we have to pick the lock and come through blasting. But there are very key situations in which we don't feel the need to pick the lock and come through blasting, and that's why I'm like,
what?
Like if there's time to go and protest some some new law about the student fees going up or whatever, and you're trying to go to uni and now it's going to cost you 9 times as much as it would have cost you before. And some of us will really show up to come and pick the lock and come through blasting.
Oh, white people do that though. When white people do that, when they reneged on student fees,
yeah,
white people threw stones at Prince Charles.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Top shop. Why would you do that though?
Because we go to uni too.
No. You'd go to jail. That's what will happen to you. You're not gonna go to uni at all.
But why would we do it at O2 Wireless?
You're gonna go to jail at O2 Wireless. You're gonna have a good time and watch Wizkid. Protesting for your student fees, you're gonna end up in prison and still not go to student union because you're black. They're not gonna let you. You think they let black people protest the way white people protest? What's wrong with you? Do you know what world we live in? The cards are not fair for us, bro. So we don't get to say, yo, I mean, did you not see the Black Lives Matter protests? We came out in numbers. Did you not see the police presence? Everybody was shook. We don't get to maneuver like that. So yeah, where is the O2 Wizkid concert? They're gonna have a good time. Of course they're gonna rush the gates. There's girls there, there's drink, and whiskey's on stage. Where else would you rush it? For protesting? Why?
I hear you, bro. I just think that's
already rigged. In the system, you're gonna fight for a system that's already rigged. I was at the British Law Society on Friday, and I was talking to I performed
corporate gigs and that. Okay, I hear you, bro.
Christina Hirugu was there, and I'm in love with that girl. She's just buff. So I'm like, I'm doing my best performances, bars after bars after bars, yo. Actually, it wasn't bars after bars after bars. It was a workout because it was one of them Nigerian corporate events. I won't say the host wasn't good, but he's one of them hosts. I don't like when people lose heart when the crowd is not responsive. It means work the room. It means find your entry. But you're already like, so you ain't on it, you zipping up your trousers and leaving. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So I get there, I'm sitting down, and it's they're doing the speeches. Now, let's be honest, man. Don't nobody care about what the company has done this year and how the projection and all of this. They had one of your motherfuckers in there speaking. He said,
what am I? What do you mean?
Yeah, he said harassment. This is me harassment. God damn. This nigga had the English.
Bro, you ever met one of them dudes that pronounce the S's in tissue?
Bro,
and the issue.
He was one of those guys.
The issues.
He said, I'm now going to pass the mic to Mojisola. This is me. Nigga, act like you know. You're in familiar company now. Just say the name, bro. Funny enough, the girl came over and said, I'm Mojisola. I was like, exactly.
My Barukwaje.
They said they were going to get the food after that little speech they were doing. Then the MC goes, oh, sorry, they actually said we should go for the entertainment. So where's for me? And you wave your hand. I wave my hand. Goes, okay, right. So we're just gonna have Fumbi. Can you come to the mic? So I just thought to myself, what the hell? So I walk on, no applause. Here's the thing, Ola, yeah. The beauty of what we've done in terms of playing the rooms and all those journeys we've taken, it has built a wealth of experience as to how to handle any room, any situation of comedy you find yourself in. I honestly believe we are equipped enough to find something. And I'm not saying you're going to kill it, but I know you're going to leave that stage thinking, I survived, in the sense where it could have been terrible tonight.
And to be honest, you're saying that, but this Saturday I definitely left the stage thinking I hated that, man. I really I was at 99 in Arboretum and it was what happened was there was I want to say about 20 people came late and they let them in whilst I was on stage.
And that's terrible.
And they also, and not only that, like 9 of them were in the second row. So they walked down the aisle and into the second row. So first of all, my punchline died because everyone just sees a whole bunch of people walking into the room. Then on top of that, like I wanted to talk to them, and there was one particular woman there who just kind of nominated herself spokeswoman, and she was just one of those very loud black women who feels like I'm gonna speak back because I know you're trying to get onto me and blah blah blah.
Was she with other black people?
She was with one other black person. No, there was actually a few black people, but she was only with another black woman. And then there was like some Arab dudes and some Asians, whatever it is. But yeah, she basically just spoke on behalf of everybody. And she was giving me like defensive vibes from the beginning. And I was already pissed off because I was like, how do you... First of all, they forgot to turn my mic on. So I already got up there and had to figure out to turn my mic on. Then on top of that, now a bunch of people came in. So I wasn't flustered per se, but I was upset. And I knew my emotions was getting in the way of me being funny. And I knew I actually just wanted to tell them how I feel, like, bun every single one of you. But I know that, like, I just threw that in because you're saying that we've got the skills to handle it, or I might have the skills for it, but the temperament, bro,
Here's the thing, but that's your fault, though.
It is my fault. It is my fault.
You should have handled the rock better. You know what it is? You know when you start, when you're in the court and it's not going well, you're missing shots, and, you know, you got a cheap foul. And then the crowd starts booing. Rather than using that, you know, to say, okay, cool, let me just find the game. You start trying to do under-ups, overspin layups and shit. Coach take you out. Everybody getting on your nerves. Someone passed you the ball. It was a good pass, but you slipped out your hand. Come on, y'all! It's like, no, bro, that was a good pass, bro. That was a good pass. You
start giving them that LeBron elbow.
Right. So you start, you know, just doing a whole heap of stuff. But to go back to the gig.
Yeah.
And say, you know, when I went on, I actually said, "How you guys doing? We good?" Nothing. I said, "Okay, I'll say that again in English. How we doing, guys? We good?" And they were like, "Yeah, listen, hey, don't get mad at me, man. I wanted the food too, but they just threw me on to a bunch of hungry lions. Now I have to work a hungry Nigerian audience."
Yeah.
And then I just worked the room. Bam, bam, bam. And then, cause after I got them round on side, I said, "You guys have been an okay audience."
Yeah.
You know, obviously I've had better, but, you know. And then I said, "This is for a Nigerian audience. This is as good as it gets, because Nigerians, we treat entertainment like it's our personal, you know, entertainos, you know." And then I said, "You guys going home for Christmas?" I said, "It's crazy. Have you seen the prices of those tickets? £2,000." I was like, I can go to a real country for that price. Bro, it was the best joke I told that night because I got booed. It wasn't the bit of, you know, where anger was, "Boo, how dare you."
How dare you.
And then I added a little extra salt on that. I was like, you know, I was kind of nervous when they booked me for the gig because I thought Nigerians and law.
You're rude, man.
No, the worst part, yeah, the younger lawyers, they got the wit in it. Yeah. So they got on song on time. The older people took them a couple seconds. I'm on the next punchline. I tried to try to get Christine to laugh at the really uncomfortable jokes, and she was trying to hold it together. I was like, "No, girl, get it out."